Arthur the Rat. Once there was a young rat named Arthur who could never make up his mind. Whenever his friends asked him if he would like to go out with them, he would only answer, "I don't know." He wouldn't say yes or no either. He would always shirk making a choice. His Aunt Helen said to him, "Now look here. No one is going to care for you if you carry on like this. You have no more mind than a blade of grass." One rainy day, the rats heard a great noise in the loft. The pine rafters were all rotten, so the barn was rather unsafe. At last, the joist gave way and fell to the ground. The walls shook, and all the rats' hair stood on end with fear and horror. "This won't do," said the captain. "I'll send out scouts to search for a new home." Within 5 hours, the 10 scouts came back and said, "We've found a stone house where there is room and board for us all. There is a kindly horse named Nellie, a cow, a calf, and a garden with an elm tree." The rats crawled out of their little houses and stood on the floor in a long line. Just then, the old one saw Arthur. "Stop," he ordered coarsely. "You are coming, of course." "I am not certain," said Arthur, undaunted. "The roof may not come down yet." "Well," said the angry old rat, "we can't wait for you to join us. Right about face, march." Arthur stood and watched them hurry away. "I think I'll go tomorrow," he calmly said to himself. "But then again, I don't know. It's so nice and snug here." That night there was a big crash. In the morning, some men with some boys and girls rode up and looked at the barn. One of them moved a board and saw a young rat quite dead, half in and half out of his hole. Thus, the shirker got his due. Kit. The quick little kitten thinks it a bit pretty big fish. Dress. Many of Jeff's best friends slept in mesh tents in pleasant weather. Trap. The herring black cat dashes at an trap. The harrowing black cat dashes at any man and lands on the plaid carriage. Lot. The honest swan stops and acknowledges the fox dodging the bothered wasp. Strut. Mother loves butter that comes from the southern countryside. Foot. The butcher should put the pudding in the wooden nook to cook. Bath. Can't half the staff ask to transfer to the enchanted castle in France? Cloth. Lawrence often offers Ross a Florida orange and horribly strong frothy Boston coffee. Nurse. The early bird preferred the earthy worm. Fleece. These unique machines teach people to speak and reason. Face. The raven waits until late day for the great wave to break. Palm. Father and Ma said to calm the facade in the Nevada Plaza. Thought. The small walrus caught the hawk in the salty water. Goat. The rose slowly grows in Owen's old grove. Goose. Beautiful music booms and humans move to the groove. Price. The shy writer types at night to fight the silence in my mind. Choice. The spoiled boy hoists the toy from the soil. Mouth. Mountains of flowers crowd the grounds about the house. Near. Deirdre's fear seriously interferes with her ideal career. Square. Beware of scarce fairies, rare mares, and scary prairie bears. Start. The Sahara party marvels at the far star on the safari. North. Laura's warm aura reforms Thor's horse for the important war. Force. The adorable boar snores hoarsely and notoriously hoards important pork. Cure. The tourist endures rural tours of Europe and procures gourmet bourbon. Happy. The coffee, salami, spaghetti, and macaroni are ready. Letter. Sugar covers the tiger's whiskers. Comma. Bertha's and Cinderella's saga is drama. R. Richard, Wilbur, and Harry are running around the treacherous river. L. Linda and Ailey pull belly muscles, laughing laboriously. Ng. Ng. The singing mockingbird is swinging on the ring and dings the awning. Th. The thespians gather and breathe 3 authentic breaths together. H. Harry and Hilary happily harvest heaps of herbs behind the beehive. YOD. The cute, dutiful blue cuckoo resumes cooing suitable tunes enthusiastically. W. Will and Drew whistle when the wind blows between the whimsical weeping willows. Ing. Miss Fanning is walking and hiking in Wyoming. S. Susie lives in her sister's house on Easy Street with her Siamese cats and Siberian husky dogs. I did that, and there was some of it where I had to hike it alone, and I had never done anything like that. I had never hitchhiked because you were always raised you don't go hitchhiking. But here I learned how to use a community to get me places that I'm 4th generation Long Beach. I went to school in Long Beach. I went to college in Long Beach. I'm a teacher in Long Beach. I have never moved out of this bubble. This is my first experience in Europe, is hiking the Camino. I've always wanted to go, but never had an opportunity. So when we experienced the Pacific Crest Trail, I was reflecting back and I'm like, I flew on a plane by myself. I had a friend pick me up. He put me on the back of his motorcycle with my backpack, drove me 150 miles to a stranger that I met on Facebook who was like a trail angel for Pacific Crest Trail that took me into his girlfriend's house, let me sleep on their living room floor. Then he took me and his granddaughter to this place where they brought sodas for the hikers because they were trail angels. And I'm thinking, I rode on a motorcycle. I've hitchhiked. I have hiked alone. I had a bear in my camp spot overnight while I was alone because they told me there were no bears in Oregon and I didn't need a bear box, so my tuna was in a Ziploc bag and had that experience. I'm like, I can do anything after that.